Hi, welcome back to another video. My name's Tracy. Um, Over 10 years ago, I was pushing 300 pounds. I was miserable in my life. I was a wife and a mom, and I didn't function like a wife and a mom. I did what I had to do to get by and nothing more. I had been through the yo-yo diets, the starvation diets, all the diets, and I would lose the weight, but then it would come back on. I didn't know how to do it. I struggled so much with weight loss that I finally decided back in 2009 to go ahead and do the gastric bypass. And it wasn't an easy decision. I had contemplated it for 5 years. I did my research and looking around and seeing what was going on. And the gastric bypass worked for me. I lost the weight, but I lost so much more than just weight. I lost myself. I had a hard time. I had the body that I always wanted, but mentally I wasn't there. And I ended up switching my binge. I could no longer eat the food that I really liked to stuff down those feelings, so I found other ways. And it doesn't matter if it's shopping, if it's drugs, drinking, gambling. There's so many vices out there, and they're all an issue. And we need to open up our eyes and just take a gander. In the process of me going down the road again of not liking myself and not understanding why, I went through a program called Life School. And hello, I'm a life coach now. I'm a certified life coach. So I'm here to help other people that have binge issues. My company is called Bypass the Binge. You can reach me at bypassthebinge.com. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. And for those who started following me, thank you. That means a lot to me, and I appreciate having you guys tag along with me on this journey. I plan on being open and honest with you guys. So if you have questions, if you're considering bypass, if you've had it, I want to let you know that 30% of the people that have the gastric bypass, lap band, whatever it is, switch their binge. And you have to find out the true cause of why you're doing what you're doing to yourself. Why do you not love yourself, and why are you not putting yourself first? I learned that, and I'm sharing it with you in these videos. So I hope that you enjoy them. You know, like I said, like them, follow me. And today I want to talk about 5 things I wish I would have known before gastric bypass. Now, some of it may not, be all that important, but some of it's really going to get to the root issues. One of the things I want to talk about is the financial cost. Everybody thinks that losing the weight is good, but when you go from a size 26 to a size 4, you have got some financial issues there. You think you drop 15 to 20 pounds. I took my weight off within the first 8 months. And for that 8 months, you're buying new clothes every other month. And it is a financial burden. And I'm just not talking about t-shirts and pants. I'm talking you have to reinvest in bras. You have to reinvest in underwear. And one of the big things that I did not know is I lost a shoe size. How do you lose a shoe size by losing weight? But it does happen. So you have to invest in the new work shoes. You have to invest in the tennis shoes. I mean, it is a big investment, and you just don't think about it like that. Also, something, because you're losing the weight so fast, it kind of leaves your head spinning. For me, I was starting to get more active. And the more you got active, the more, you're going to lose the weight, hence the financial burden, if it's a burden for you. I think something else that was important for people to think about before the gastric bypass and even after it is your food. I wish I would have started preparing the eating process. Now, I know when you first come out of the gastric or the lap band, you're on a liquid diet, and I understand that. But some of the first things that doctors put you on is sugar-free Jell-O and sugar-free pudding. And I wish I would have known more about nutrition and staying away from the processed foods. When you start to be able to eat, I was eating mashed potatoes and gravy. And that's a problem. That's what got me to where I was. I wish I would have known more about nutrition as far as healthy smoothies, your spinach smoothies with blueberries and strawberries and that kind of thing. And I think that's something that you need to talk to your doctor with. I had a great surgeon. He did great. I was with him for 5 years. He kept an eye on me, and my blood work was great. Everything was fine, but I wish I would have known how to eat better, not fall into the habits of eating soft foods that contain, trash, processed. So please talk to your doctor about that. I get the protein shakes. I get that, it helps you get your protein in, but you can also get protein in from your eggs and, like I said, just smoothie in the morning. I think, excuse me, I think something else too is you have to mourn the loss of food. And that kind of sounds crazy, but it's true. You can't sit there and take that ho-ho and ding-dong and eat it and stuff those feelings down. It doesn't work. I couldn't eat those kind of foods, off the bat, and I choose not to eat them, though I can now. I choose not to eat the ho-ho and ding-dongs. I try to stay away from a lot of the processed foods. But in the morning period, it was like, you have that candy bar or whatever, and again, the endorphins go in your head, and it says, you know what? I feel better. But if you do that after your gastric bypass and everything, some people have what's called the dumping. It makes you sick. And knowing that I might not be able to eat birthday cake or ice cream again, I mourned it. You have to mourn it, It's a hard struggle when you use food for your feelings. Because that food's taken away. And now you have to deal with what's really, truly eating you. I touched kind of base on the weight loss. You change physically. But truly, it doesn't change you mentally. And I think the hard part on that is I had a good run. From 2009 to 2015, I was doing good. And I got back into that same miserable, worthless, not enough mental state where I wasn't thinking of myself highly. I had the body, my mind just didn't join in on everything. So instead of eating, I switched my binge. And I gotta tell you, I wish I would have known about switching the binge. You do a psychological test to make sure you're okay to have this surgery. And I think that's a wonderful thing. But do I think it actually did anything? No. There was a warning sign. Do you drink, Tracy? Nah, I don't drink. I go on vacation, I have a drink or two or whatever. But I didn't have a problem with drinking. I passed my psychological test with flying colors. There was no, warning signs. But I wish I would have known. 30% of all people that get the surgeries, they switch their binge. And out of the folks that I know in my inner circle, quite a few of us have had the gastric and have switched the binge. And you know what, guys? It could be food binges. It could be, like I said, gambling, shopping, drugs, alcohol. It could be anything. If you're switching the binge, you're still going down that rat hole of telling yourself that story that you're not good enough and you're not worthy. Let's stuff the feelings down a little bit more. Switching the binge, I wish I would have known more. And that's why I'm out here telling this story, is because it happened to me. And if I can help just one person not have to go through that, to find out, you know what, you're binge eating and that's how come you got so heavy. And you had the surgery and that fixed the binge eating, but now you've got other issues. Let me help you get down to the root cause of why you're actually eating the way you're eating, and start out on the right foot and not end up being a binge switcher. If you have questions for me, please reach out to me. I'm an open book. I'll tell you anything and everything. And honestly, it wasn't easy for me to come out here and thinking that I was going to tell my story and that the world was going to know my problems. It wasn't the way it was supposed to be. Nobody knows anything about you, the surface level. But I truly feel that me being open about all of this will help somebody. And if it helps somebody, then it's well worth it. The life coach was never in my cards. It wasn't there. I wasn't out there to do that. I did have a calling to help people. I'm a great listener. I'll give you your space. But my life has changed so much since the gastric bypass. The lessons that I've learned, I want to be able to share them with you. Anyway, if you have questions, like I said, find me at Tracy. You can find me at Tracy at bypassthebench.com. I'm going to be posting on YouTube, and I'll post on Facebook, and I'll do a couple lives here and there. So you guys, if you see me, please put in your comments and let me know if you have questions. It's a process. And when I got to the root of my issues, I don't have to binge anymore. I like myself the way I am today. And that took me 51 years. And you guys, hang in there. It's well worth it. If you choose to lose the weight and not get down to the issues, the weight's going to come back on, or you're going to switch your binge. And if you have a perfect life, congratulations. Yeah, crazy people. If everything's perfect, then click out of the video and move on. But if you have issues, please reach out to me. Like I said, my name is Tracy. I'm a certified life coach, and I'll see you soon. You guys have a great day. Be healthy and safe. Bye-bye.